Crew, have you come down from the high of the weekend?
Yeah, I think you kind of got to. We got to move on, get ready for the next one. But it was a high for sure. It was a lot of fun.
How'd you enjoy it? Saturday night, Sunday, even Monday. You guys watch film and kind of enjoy it. Jay Hill said, "Hey, at 5:00, we got to move on."
Yeah, no, you got to learn to appreciate it. Like, you want to move on to the next one, but you got to learn how to have fun, enjoy it, and enjoy the journey and this experience, because there's not many opportunities in life where you get to go 9-0 and now 10-0. Like, it's something you got to learn to have fun and enjoy your family members and your loved ones who have been in your circle the whole time. So that's what I've been focusing on.
It's such a big win for a million reasons. It's Utah. It's up there. It's undefeated. All this stuff. What was your favorite part of the whole experience?
I think my favorite, it's got to be Will's field goal, right? That when that went through the uprights and hearing the air just get taken out of the crowd was fun. That was sweet. So that's something you grow up, like growing up in the state, you grow up watching that game, and it's like to one day, hope to be able to play in it, then finally get to play in it, have an interception, have a good game defensively as a whole with the whole defensive team, and then ultimately come out with the win. It's like you can't ask for much more. So it was a blast.
I think you said on the cut, you can get me once but not twice. Walk me through the interception.
It was one of those things where it's actually kind of crazy, because we had initially called the cover 2 concept, and then they subbed and we subbed late, and so we run in a nickel and we go to a cover 3 concept. But Jacob Robinson's running in late. He's yelling, "Hey, zone, 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 nickel 3 or cover 3, whatever." And I knew the other safety didn't know we were in cover 3, and so I'm like, do I come down here and leave the middle wide open, or do I stay cover 2? So I kind of played like a half cover 2, half cover 3, and that's actually what confused, because I watched the TV copy, and basically he has the tight end runs at me and has a read route. So the quarterback, because he thought we were in a cover 2, was expecting him to bend it inside. Well, he saw me close off the middle, so the receiver bends it outside, and that's why it looked like he was throwing it to nobody. But what people don't understand is actually kind of the funkiness of what happened with us threw them off, and because he had a read route, that's what ended up leading to an interception. The ball was in the air, just had to make a play. So
what was that moment like to get a pick in that game?
It was, like I said, it's something I always dreamed about as a kid. It's one of those moments where playing Utah, had the opportunity to be recruited by them a little bit, and ultimately they felt like I wasn't fit to play at their level, and so it's nice to play against them and show that I'm very capable of playing at this level. So
yes, you did. Second half, the adjustments were unbelievable from the defense. 0 points allowed, 79 yards. Utah kept getting the ball at midfield, but they never got a field goal out of it. How did you guys do that? What did you guys do?
It just went back to doing our basics, fundamentals. That was something Coach Hill hit on all week. He's like, hey, if we want to be successful in this game, fundamentals and technique. And so, and actually, they didn't score any points in the first quarter either. All their points came in the second quarter, and so we just went back to doing what we do, and kind of came down from all the mayhem. And it was chaotic in that stadium for sure. But when we got down to what we do and focused on our fundamentals and technique, that's when we play our best ball. So that's what happened, and that's kind of been the story all through our season.
Okay, in comes Kansas, who's got to be the best 3-6 team in the country. Average margin of loss is 5. They're this close to being, 6-3, 7-2. Heck, you guys are 4-0 in one-score games. They're 0-5. What kind of respect do you guys have for them, given how close they've been to being awesome?
They have all our respect for sure. Their offense is dynamic. It's fun to watch. It's like me having offensive roots. I appreciate it. Like watching it, it's really cool, and studying it. They do a lot of one-off things, and so
what do you mean by that?
Like, you look at their chart of the routes they're running. It's like they have a couple that they've run multiple times, and then the rest of it, it's like one-off, like just a bunch of different concepts that they've run. And so it's just going to come back to that same thing: fundamentals, technique, doing our job, and keeping our eyes good, and just staying fundamentally sound. But as far as their offense, it's fun, it's dynamic, and they have all our respect.
One-off meaning they just did it once. We're not sure exactly what they do in that look.
Yeah, it's like they did this once, they haven't done it again, and that seems like the whole cut up. They'll have things that are similar, obviously, but it's like it's almost like playground ball sometimes, kind of similar to Arizona, but it's fun. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, so it'll be fun.
Got a lot of playmakers. Like obviously Jalen Daniels leads the way. Devin Neal is the all-time leading everything in rushing that he set last week. Highshaw's good too, and then that trio of receivers. Where do you start in trying to contain that offense that put up 532 yards on a good Iowa State defense last week?
I think it just comes down to, any team you're going against, right, let's stop the run first. Try to make them one-dimensional as possible. Like you said, they've got playmakers everywhere, but I like our odds if we're doing our thing. If we're playing BYU on-brand football, I like our odds against anybody in the country. So it really just comes down to respecting them, but doing what we do best and just sticking to our game plan and trusting our coaches and trusting each other to do all our assignments. So
this could easily get away from you in terms of we're undefeated if we do X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. You guys have taken it as Super Bowl 9, Super Bowl 10. How have you guys been able to focus in that way to where, hey, this week is all that matters?
I think it just comes back to we have a lot of veteran dudes on our team who played a lot of ball, and they understand that every game, like whether you're playing a 3-6 Kansas team or a, whatever 4-4 Utah team, it's like every team, especially in the Big 12, at any given day they can show up and beat anybody. And I'm look at Iowa State past 2 weeks, right? So it's like we're just trying to learn from others' mistakes as much as possible, and we're just trying to stick to our game plan and just focus on that week, because every week is our Super Bowl at this point, especially with the situation we're in now, being 9-0. It's everything is that much more consequential. So but it starts at the top. Kalani does a good job of helping us stay humble and hungry. That's what he's always preaching. And then our strength staff, they're preaching the same thing. And so it's just we're all unified in our goal and our focus. And our goal wasn't to go 9-0. Our goal was, win a conference championship and make the playoffs. So we're staying focused on that no matter who's the task that week.
What's the key to staying warm when it's like 33 degrees Saturday night against Kansas? Are you a Vaseline bare arm guy? Are you a long sleeve guy?
I've gone long sleeves twice this year. I was actually thinking about that today when I walked outside. I was like, oh, man, it's really cold. But we might be a Vaseline guy this week. I don't know. We're going to see how we're feeling. But they got
That's a real thing, right?
It is. Yeah, I did it last year. I've done it a couple times. So you throw that Vaseline, it's like a second skin. I don't know why it works, but it does. So
wraps the heat in, maybe?
Yeah, we're just going to lather up with some Vaseline and hope we stay warm this week. I think that's the game plan. So.
Okay, your grandpa Ron played at BYU, led the Cougars in rushing in '67. How big of a fan is he of what's going on right now, and does he come to the games?
Yeah, he comes to all the games. We get him some tickets, and he'll be there this week. He's a big fan. It's cool because obviously growing up, he's big. He's influential to me, so it's fun having him there. So,
what does it mean to have him there? I can obviously you're very emotional about it.
I think it's one of those things where it's just like making him proud is cool. So, and that goes for all my family, but especially someone who has done it before me. So it makes me proud to be able to, represent the family and make him proud. So it means a lot.
It's awesome, man. And one day maybe your grandson will make you proud, right? Shout out to Grandpa Ron for being at the games. We'll look for Ron Saturday night. Well, congratulations on all the success, and here's to another pick on Saturday.
Yeah, let's do it. Appreciate it.
Thanks, crew.
Yep.